Can you hear me? Because I cannot hear myself. Yes? Hi, everyone. My name is Samira Olfad, and I'm super excited to be here with Beautyworld Middle East and in the next In Beauty conference. I am here to talk about an interesting project that we've been working. First of all, I would love to thank you for being here. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces. And we're going to go through around 40 to 45 minutes of our stories. And we have two amazing remote speakers as well. You can see them as well on top. So we have Dr. Samina Shaheen, we have Fiona McDaniel, we have Paria Qureshi, and Jumana Al-Darwish. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We have our team from London, all the way from London. Hi,
Yes.
guys.
Hi, Fiona. Hi,
Yeah, so we're going to start
Hi,
about
can you
first
hear us?
our positions. Yes, Samina, we can hear you as well. So I
Amazing.
am.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
morning, everybody, and it's an honor and a privilege to join you here today.
And you guys look like rock stars on that stage.
Oh, thank you. You guys can see us. All right, so I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm Samira Olfad. I am the beauty entrepreneur and professional makeup artist, working within the makeup industry for the past 15 years. And here I am along the co-founders of an amazing platform that we have created. And Jumana, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here, and thank you all for coming. My name is Jumana Al-Darwish. I'm the founder of many social enterprises called The Happy Box, The Happy Studio, and Happy Hearts Global. I specialize in art and education. And my businesses are actually international. They're based in the GCC, the UAE, and also in the UK. Before embarking on my entrepreneurial journey, I worked for the government here for 10 years, and I am just really excited to be part of Made for You Global now with these amazing, female firecrackers, and we're excited to share our story with you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time and come here today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Paria Qureshi. I started my entrepreneurial journey quite young as a fashion designer and worked with one of the biggest fashion houses in Scandinavia. But I'm going to fast forward this to 2015 when I started my own company here in the UAE from my garage, a mobile hair and makeup service called Blowout and Go. And before we knew it, we had to run after the business and create a technology behind it to be able to scale. And that's how BGX app was born. And that took us to the global market. We were launched in 5 cities. And on back of that, we were the first company that integrated into Uber system. Worked with over 500 global beauty brands. And obviously, we became in 2019 the fastest beauty platform. And from that, around a year ago, I exited the company. It's no longer a customer-facing app. It took its journey to become a full-on enterprise model and helping all the global, brands and with their back-end system. And now, sitting on advisory board for over 5 different startups from beauty sectors, medical, NFTs as well. And today, last but not least, sitting here with all these amazing ladies, we're going to talk about our new venture and tell you all about what we are here for. Samina, we cannot hear you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. My name is Dr. Samina Shaheen, and for the last 4 or 5 years, I was Dean and Executive Director of an international business school in London. I'm a professor of business psychology and leadership, as well as a neuro leadership coach. And for more than 20 years, learning and development has been at the center everything that I do in my career. So in a deep and deliberate manner, through the application of psychological and educational principles, and practices. I truly believe that learning more results in living more. And every project I work on has a very special space in my heart, and that hopefully holds importance and an opportunity to grow and advance while having a positive impact on the community. One I'm especially proud of was my pro bono work, my community work that I did in the UAE, and the campaign was called Bolt Down on Bullying. Campaign I started in 2010 in the UAE, where I set out to confront and prevent bullying in our schools and workplaces. I'm very passionate about the design and development, the transformational journey of entrepreneurs and leaders, and as well as students, our future generation. And I'm very interested in developing, delivering culturally relevant, innovative courses and business leadership skill building programs, working across numerous industries and countries, including the United States, Canada, the Netherlands, the UAE, and the UK. Again, it's a privilege to be here with you today.
Wow. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah?
we can hear you.
Good. Good morning. My name is Fiona. I feel massively overwhelmed when I hear from these women because they're just massively impressive. But I am a marketeer, a very experienced marketeer with a lot of blue chip and corporate experience in both the UK and in the MENA region. I grew up in the corridors of Sky and Be Sky B, launching the big names like Game of Thrones and Modern Family to the UK market. And basically at heart, I'm a customer marketeer and a retention marketeer with a very digital focus. I'm very excited to be part of this project with these ladies, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you today exactly what we're all about.
That's amazing. Well, I must say, I'm so proud to be part of this amazing, impressive group of women. And as all of you, we all have our stories, we have our challenges. We are here today to talk about that. We talk about the struggles, talk about actually how lonely the entrepreneurial journey can be. I'm sure all of you have stories to tell. We have the sets of our stories to tell as well here. So I'm going to start with myself, which I put it in the writing so that you can all hear me properly. So the story is about a young girl who was born in the Middle East and grew up in Scandinavia. She was born into an entrepreneurial family before even it was called that. Her parents taught her that there is no limit for her success in life, but soon she realized world isn't that simple. She was never thought that as a woman, the road is going to be much more tougher for her, and a lot of challenges along the way. From a young age, she fought to fit in a society that had no idea about foreign people. She had to work extra hard to be able to fit in for many, many years. But she managed to break through and become a very successful young entrepreneur in Scandinavia. Soon the country became a bit too limited for her, and her vision set sail back to the Middle East. She thought by the knowledge and skills that she had gathered, she would be great, as this region needed more entrepreneur women. Little did she know her job was becoming much more difficult, as now she had to deal with constant obstacles and gender inequality. But that didn't stop her. Throughout her journey of discovering herself, she always knew that she wanted to do something to impact the world. She was always fascinated about other people's success stories. Throughout the years, she got involved into business and realized that how difficult it was to grow as a woman, and especially in the global industry. How many barriers was out there for her, and how scary that ride could be. She had no sources to help her, and the more she tried to fit in, the more she felt left out. And also at the same time, she felt the bigger she wanted to become in this industry, the more they wanted to put her in the box. And that wasn't her mentality. After many years of struggle, the only way out for her was to get more involved, dive in, learn, get more knowledge. Many years passed, she realized that there are so many other women out there that are in the same boat as her. But why we are not talking about this? Why we are not speaking more about the obstacles and more challenges that we have? Why aren't more people working towards building up people rather than taking them down? So she learned so much along the way and realized that we need to open more doors and to be able to help others to make the path much more smoother so that for the next generation, it's going to be much more easier. So over to you.
Thank you, Paria. It was a beautiful story. It's
Thank
a beautiful story. So I'm going to tell you another story of a 35 years old woman who is very successful in her career, working with a global leading beauty brand. She has seen it all. She works with VIPs, celebrities, the royal family, and supermodels. She is on the peak of her career. But the bigger she grows in her career, she has that fear of she is working with another brand, the brand that it's not hers. It doesn't belong to her. So the harder that she works, she has that feeling of, what if one day the brand lets her go? Why? Because she did not own the brand. So every day she was working harder and becoming more successful within the community and the brand that she had. She was so familiar and she was so binded with the brand that her name was actually very synonymous with the brand as well. And every time in the back of her mind and in the depth of her heart, she knew that one day she has to start her own brand. She has to start something that she owns and she creates. But every single time that she wanted to do that, she was being self-sabotaged by her thought that maybe she's not good enough. Maybe she just doesn't get successful by creating her own brands. She was having the fear of being a failure. And one day she decided to create her own brand. She started her entrepreneurial journey, a very, very lonely journey. She didn't know where to start. She had no mentor to help her. She had no one to show her the guide. She had no one to tell her what to do, what not to do, and where to start. Along the years, she started learning, but all of those learning phases was not easy. It was a lot of errors and fails. And she was always thinking of why she doesn't have anyone to help her, to show her the way, why she doesn't have a community to support her. Of course, she became successful later on, but it was a lot of obstacle on the way, and she was a lot of learning process as well. So I'm going to pass to Jumana to tell the...
We're going to pass more to
We'll pass it to Dr. Sam.
Yes, sorry.
So I'm going to give my story next,
Yeah,
yes. And you need to think of a 38-year-old woman who doesn't have the belief to set up a startup, but who had successfully circumnavigated the corridors of big blue chip brands in London. And she managed multi-million-pound budgets. She managed campaigns, agencies, the lot, and loved the excitement of the world of broadcast TV and also of everything about it. She loved the new TV shows launching, and she loved working very hard to be able to achieve that. Time and time again, she focused on the next new project, hitting every deadline, just as everyone does. Her life was put on hold and her career came first. She was promoted a lot, 6 times across 8 years, and felt acknowledged, but she was often told that she would not become very successful unless she became less nice or stronger in her resolve to be more ruthless in the workplace. The tipping point came when she had a personal crisis and miscarried at work, but still had to carry on with a very, very difficult project the next day. And it was all due to the pressure of the deadline and the delivery that was needed. She had a stark realization at that point that something had to change. She felt disposable and it was too much of a toxic environment. It was like being in love with the wrong boyfriend and not wanting to leave him. At 38, she felt redundant and felt that it was the turn of the younger, more hungry audiences in the workplaces to take on that challenge. But she still had the thirst and the hunger for the career that she wanted. She felt her hard work and sacrifices at that point were worthless. and it was time to take stock. She didn't know how to deal with her career or how she felt, but she knew that she felt that it was the end of her career before her 40th year, and she'd fought really hard to keep it. Why wasn't she taught the work balance? Where was the support network? Where were the people that could guide her on her journey? And how would she have dealt with that had she had that support network?
Thank you, Fiona. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Let me tell you about a story of a global nomad. By the time she had graduated from high school, she had changed 8 schools in 4 different countries. High school was a time of storm and stress, with lots of cultural and personal confusion due to the different influences and forces at play. Gender stereotyping and discrimination was a common reality to deal with, whether it was in the form of being turned down for certain positions, or hitting glass ceilings at different companies, or having to work harder and longer just to prove she had the right skills and attitude. Inappropriate advances, comments, microaggression was part of the path to success, she was told. But how come no one prepares us for this? How come we aren't given the tools to deal with the real hardship women face dating all over the world? How come we aren't doing more to address the horrific ways women have been impacted, both financially and psychologically, especially throughout this pandemic? And when success came against many odds, instead of attributing her hard work and skills, she often thought maybe it was due to luck or certain connections. Still, she never let external barriers stand in the way, even when faced with the most unethical and toxic people. She often thought if only she had a trustworthy network of colleagues and mentors to support her during tough times, to mentor her through their own experience, and to perhaps light the way when she felt as if she was swimming in the dark. This doesn't need to be a fictitious story or a dream, ladies and gentlemen. It's a reality that one day she would make sure will happen to help the future generation of women. After all, we don't inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. And we have a moral and ethical duty to make sure that this place, our world, is slightly better for the future generation than it was for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sam. I'm going to share another story with you all. So envision this. Envision a woman who woke up in the middle of the night feeling she could move mountains, a rush of energy through her spine, her heart racing. Things were about to get exciting, a dream about to become a reality. With years of experience in the public and philanthropic sectors, a stable career path, financial security, a new mother, everyone thought she had it all. But did she? She was hiding in the dark. With years of trying to have a child, her miracle was finally born. But she was missing out on some of the most incredible moments of her life. Her daughter's first biscuit, first steps, the many firsts. So was it worth it all? Craving for more, she wanted to pursue her own path, break free from the self-imposed shackles that many of us put on ourselves. A yearning for independence, flexibility, growth, and development, but most importantly, the pursuit of her own happiness. Out of the shadows into the light, once a foot soldier, now ready to be at the forefront. Taking a leap of faith, she embarked on her first entrepreneurial enterprise, beating the odds when everyone said she would fail. Even those closest to her didn't believe she could, but she did. She rose to the challenge, kept her eye on the ball, learned from her mistakes, and built on her successes. Bit by bit, transforming a dining room table concept to one with global outreach and offices. To this day, she's never looked back and has started many more enterprises. She still faces challenge, and every day is a journey, don't get me wrong. But what's important is one's ability to keep moving forward. Momentum is key. It's everything. And you never, ever lose that sparkle to be who you are. We wanted to share these stories with you in hopes that these stories would resonate with any one of you. I'm going to throw a question out here to engage the audience because this is very much a platform for all of you. Has anyone felt some of the things that these stories showcased? Struggles. Can I have a round of a hand, please? For starting businesses, did you face any troubles starting your own businesses? Did you feel that you received support from those closest to you? Did you feel that you received support more from strangers? Were you scared to take that leap of faith? I need the hands to show. I can't see you.
Go and show us your hands.
Show us your hands.
Let the girls in London see you.
If you were to start this all over again, would you want to be part of a network that supports you? So that you don't have to do it all on your own. This, my dear audience, all of these stories that you heard are a representation of us, but also a representation and voice of you and many other men and women out there. Entrepreneurship is a wild ride. In terms of getting on that horse and going after what you need and what you want, sometimes we do need the support of others. Sometimes we need that flexibility, that cushion to keep us moving forward, to get us off the ground and be, we're here to help you. The reason that Made for You was born from all of us with diverse backgrounds in different countries as well was because we each identify with the ethos of this company. The fact of having a network or a platform where everyone can be part of it that is customized and tailored to your requirements, your needs, your background, and your growth plan, this is what Made for You is all about. So I'm going to take you through a quick presentation. I'm going to get up because I can't see.
Please do.
So let me just see if I can see. Okay, perfect.
We have 36 minutes.
Yalla. Hi.
No pressure.
Okay, can we just go back to the intro video? This is a video which we're very proud of, and we have to show it to you all.
I think we passed the video.
He can bring it back.
Go back.
Can you start from the beginning of the
Okay,
Yes.
ready? Let's go.
Technical issues.
plane?
It's always like that. How did you all recover from Instagram and Facebook being down and WhatsApp?
Oh, we have
yesterday?
so much time to do things, Can you play it? Can you please play the video?
Well,
It's okay if it's not going through.
if it's not
Then we
going
can
through, then
skip.
we'll just move forward. Let's move forward. We'll show you the video at some other time. So this is our amazing group which you've met. Diverse backgrounds. It's working.
I'm not in control, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, now I am.
So these are some of the areas that came up as we were telling you the stories. For example, never mind. Okay, so Made for You is a private members club for female entrepreneurs and business leaders, utilizing smart technology to connect a global network of female leaders that want to progress towards their potential. What does that mean?
It's not working. Yeah.
It's working.
So we've made it very easy for you. And of course, tech is the future, digital is the future. There are many, many, many groups out there. We're not saying that there aren't these networks out there, but our network is a little bit different because we've identified a niche that is very much needed. Made for You works on an app, a smart technology, and the cool part is that it's customized, it's made for you. So there is a patented human engineering to everything that we need. So anything that you need as you sign up, basically, the interfaces are customized to your requirements. Now, within Made for You, it's an opportunity to connect with other members, both locally and globally. So even if you travel to London, you open up the application, it has geo-locators in it, and you'll be able to connect with individuals there or any city that you go to. It's also an opportunity for members to connect with partners and brands. So let's say you have your own company and there's this fantastic brand that you want to partner with. This brand will be available on our networks in which we could facilitate a potential partnership between you and them. Another area which I think is really cool to have is having a marketplace, not just any other ordinary marketplace. Each of you are business leaders. Each of you have a portfolio of products and services under your brands. It's basically showcasing it here on the platform. Additionally, it's about recruitment. Let's say you've reached the point where you want to exit. You have your own businesses, or you're looking to actually work with a certain brand, but you don't have the accessibility to do so. This will be featured on Made for You as well, of which assistance can be given. All right, can we go to the next one? So the cool part, as I said, it's global, it's smart, it's accessible, it has AI, artificial intelligence capabilities as well. So it'll be understanding you inside out, knowing exactly what you need before you even think of it. Sorry, back.
Go back.
Anyways, so the point is, it is global. So everywhere you go, it's accessible. If we target personnel that actually have their own companies or want to start their own companies, or actually want to exit and want to expand their outreach and work on boards, or want to fund certain new businesses as well. So that is Made for You really in a nutshell. We're very excited because we only started.
Oh, finally, it's playing.
This is it.
Let's just watch this.
Finally.
Very soon.
So by watching this space and hearing our story, we really hope that you'll be able to sign up. The app is currently being developed, so this is one of our soft launch talks before we actually announce it and make it accessible to all. This is the QR code. We would love for you all to please sign up, to please be part of this movement, be part of our networks. Help us grow, help us support one another. Because essentially, support comes from those that you don't even know at times. It's not always relying on our own networks. It's about meeting, facilitating those meetings is what Made for You is all about. And I also would like to share that Made for You has currently been incubated under Shira, an accelerator program under Sharjah government. And we also have a partnership with Google startups and tech makers as well. So we're so lucky because, so far we've received such interest and support from the community and the global community that now what we really need is the support of new members for you all to be a part of it. So
Can we also add, and while we are here, if Dr. Sam
Yes.
can also talk a little bit about the insights and more on the education side. If Dr. Sam, you can talk a little bit, please.
Of
Can you hear me?
course, of course. Thank you, Jumana. Thank you for introducing Made
Please
for
a
You.
bit louder.
We
Sorry.
have can you hear me?
Yes.
we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, great. Jumana, thank you very much for that. it is very exciting. And it is by joining hands with like-minded people that we're able to achieve this transformation. I always say we're human beings, but more than human beings, we're human becomings. That means our power and potential to progress towards who we are meant to be, to realize our capabilities, takes time, energy, effort, and collaboration. And that means when members join us, we don't just leave members or the people in the network to kind of find their own way. It's, we are with them every step of the way, along the way. And that starts with helping members have a deeper self-awareness about who they are. What are their strengths? What are their developmental needs? You know, what are their technical skills? What are their vital life skills? And how is it that we could transform and take those skills to improve who they are, to fill the gaps in association with their learning, whether it's technical as well as vital life skills. You see, in order to succeed, we need the right education, we may need the right technical skills. But if you don't know how to collaborate with others, if you don't know how to work in teams, if you don't have self-awareness and a growth mindset, if you don't have critical thinking and an ability to stand up in front of a group of people to persuasively and with influence to present your point, we're not going to get very far. And Made for You will make sure that we understand where you are, where you want to go, and to help you get there every step of the way with the education and learning and development tools that we have designed specifically for our company. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing.
Thank you
Should we
so much,
open up the
Dr. Sam.
floor?
Actually, I received a question from one of the followers on Instagram, and she's very interested to know how did we get to know each other. So I think, Paria, you're the best person to talk about our journey, that how did we become together?
That story is actually quite beautiful, and it happened. When something it's meant to be, it happens. We all believe in that. Especially as entrepreneurs, I'm sure you all have in your journey seen that if things is about to happen and this ride is smooth, it just happens by the flow. So I was lucky enough to have these amazing ladies around me, and when I came up with this idea, I said, you know what, I need to have women around me that understand the concept, have gone through these challenges, coming from different backgrounds. Over a ski training, sat down with her with coffee and said, this is the idea that I have. And she was like, I'm in. Speaking to her, she's like, let's do this. The challenge is, you know, me and you have been working together for several years, and we have seen how difficult it is, especially in the tech world. And for me, when I moved over from the more as a service industry and we had a tech company, the struggle was real for me because I had to learn fast, I had to adapt fast and understand the tech world and speak the language as well. So she knew the struggle that I was going through. I said, you know what? Let's, instead of sitting back and let everyone else take over, let's come back stronger, fight harder. And at the same thing with Dr. Sam as well, we were speaking about having a conversation on a basically clubhouse, and just to raise awareness about women and empowering women. And then here we are today on stage together speaking about knowledge development, how we can go in from the depth and from the root and start cleaning up the system the way we have seen the struggles, and as I said, make the road much more smoother for the next one. And as you see, the beautiful lady behind me, Fiona, she's been working with me throughout the journey of BGX. She saw the struggles, she was part of the struggle herself, and understood, and that for her as well, to be able to work in a company that it was a lot of other people mind, and they were speaking more over what she was saying, and she had her own challenges herself, so she was perfect person to be able to come in and with her expertise help along to keep this company together. So lucky to have these ladies, but this is not just us. We have amazing core members that are not here with us today. It's around 200 amazing women, trailblazers out there that want to be or are part of this company now, and with their knowledge development, with everything that they have, they're gonna come here and help everyone else to be part of this. Yeah?
Aria, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can I just interject real quickly here? Paria, our founder, says she was lucky. It had nothing to do with luck whatsoever. Every step of her hard work, of her sweat, her energy, her vision, sharing her ambition that she had with people that she was able to identify as like-minded individuals. I think often women, we talk about luck and fortune and being in the right place at the right time and connections and circumstances. No, it's your hard work and it's who you are. And that's why we with effort and hard work, we came together as a team.
Thank you, Dr. Sam. She always put me back in my place. I love it.
Well, thank you so much
Should we
for
open up
joining us. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we'd love to open the floor for any questions or comments you may have. So feel free to raise your hands. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and please.
I think they're going to bring a mic now.
Might need a mic for the lady.
Yeah.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you for all of this. It seems amazing.
It's a little bit
closer.
louder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, my question is more about the services that you have for your platform. So you were talking about the marketplace and so many things, but so by signing up, is it like a mentorship, or is it like a program, or is it like a consultation services? So what kind of service exactly does it happen in this?
Yes, so there is different things. It's a very good question. So by joining us, what happens is, first of all, instead of looking at what you receive, is about what you're giving into this community, but who you are, what you have, if you're a brand owner, or what do you need at the same time. And let's say, for example, you just start up your own business and you want to raise more awareness about, or you need more help on your marketing, or you want to you just need a support system to be able to back you up. You need legal advice. You need to know that in your community what is happening. So by joining forces, you will see, and because the technology is built the way that is hyper-localized as well, what happens is you can easily connect with the right people, right mentors at the same time, and also understand that, okay, what do you need, what's your skills, and we take this much more further with Dr. Sam. Then you will have your own one-on-one sessions, need analysis, to be able to understand more where you're good at, where do you need more help, and based on that, we will help you to connect you with the right mentors. Even if you need, for example, co-founders to come on board, you need investors, you need help, and that's how we match make the right person or mentor or even brands to you. I hope that was, yeah? Next, please. If there's anyone?
I think one of the reasons
Here.
was for you to
Hello, everybody.
understand.
So happy that you've been launching this platform. I'm just wondering if you have.
Can you please speak a bit louder? We cannot hear you.
Okay, I'm just thinking about. Did you plan to open the platform worldwide, or it's only in GCC?
So that's the beauty of our app, and what makes it so different is that it is global. So wherever you are in the world, you open up the app and you'll find potential partners, potential other members that you might want to connect with that fit within your profile, that you'll be able to facilitate connection and communication with. So it's very much customized, and it goes back to actually the ethos of our brand name, which is made for you, which is everything that you will find on the app is very much characterized to your interests and your requirements and your path for growth as well. So in a nutshell, yes.
And also I would
Anywhere
like to add, yeah, go ahead.
And also many of our partners as well, like the beauty also have made for you is that we will be partnering with other networks globally as well. So we will be able to tap into their networks too. So within, just the click of a button, you'll have accessibility at large to other members, to other networks, to other partners. That is the beauty of it.
And also,
Yeah.
Not concentrated only on GCC sector. I mean, for example, Paris, Europe,
Yes.
because
Yes, so it's localized, basically. And the way that we're rolling it out at the moment, it's obviously within the UAE, so it's city-based across the UAE, then GCC, then we're going to be moving towards like Europe and North America as well. But all the functionalities are there within the actual app. And I really believe that as soon as we do our official launch in December, we'll be able to see, the interest of individuals as well and what more they would like to see of it. And because there's so many ways that we can adapt this app and do add-ons to it, the sky is the limit, literally.
so the
Tech
first,
is the future.
yes, of course. And the beauty with that is that, like, we had a perfect scenario last night when Facebook, WhatsApp, everything was down, and a lot of people and companies were panicking. How do they connect now? What's going to happen? Because their business is based on that. But one thing that I came to realize was, like, so many of us, so many of the smaller companies, what they're focusing on is the global market, and what they focus on is what is out there, much more than what is happening in their own community and on much more hyper-localized model. So that's another thing that we are trying to focus and help startups that first start within your community, understand your community, understand the niche, understand the gap that is here, and if you create that network here, and then you can go globally, and with the help of the support system and the smart connection that this app has, if you have, for example, a brand that you want to go global with, you can actually take it through, because you will have the connection with someone that sits in LA, sits in London, and maybe is interested to know more about your brand.
I would recommend you sign up and you wait for that launch. It's coming soon.
Just make sure to scan the QR code so it will give you all the information.
Dr. Sam, do you want to add on something?
I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me, Paria?
Yes. Yes. Please louder.
Okay. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what I just wanted to add is one of the reasons we shared these different stories was for you to understand the different capabilities. And you may all be on a different trajectory, a different journey. Some may be looking to understand their career development better. Some may be working in a company and not, understanding why they're not being promoted or not moving up in terms of their position within that company. There may be other individuals who are passionate about a business idea, but maybe they need a partner. So let's say this business idea is about improving the sanitation and possibilities or water availability of a village in the Philippines. Let's say this is what I'm passionate about, but maybe I need a partner in the Philippines who understands that ecology and that locality better. It's always very risky as an entrepreneur to start a project in a location in which you don't have the local knowledge or the awareness. And so, or it could be that I'm really passionate about starting a business, but I don't want to do it alone. I love working in teams. I want to collaborate with other people. And so all these other people who are sitting at home and have these great ideas cooking in their minds, but they just aren't ready to take the leap alone, would they be able to partner up with other people within the network to help them expedite this process of bringing their vision, bringing their dream to reality? And And then it can be as simple as, the fact that I have a very strong accounting, financial management background, but you know what? I'm weak in marketing. So, great for you. Who can you connect me with to understand more about marketing? This is just some of the trajectories and the pathways that would be relevant. Eventually, down the line, we're going to let you in on a little secret as well. We will become an independent skill building and education platform as well, in which we'll go deeper in making sure that people have the skills needed to be to hit the ground running day one. I've been in the space of education for about 25 years, and I tell you what, a lot of CEOs, managing directors, heads of departments, they tell me, Dr. Shane, we know you're an academic, we know that you've worked in universities and done consulting all your life, but when people graduate from university, we're sure that they're, prepared for more school, but we're not sure they're ready for work day one. And we have to spend a lot more money to train them and to invest in them and to get them ready for the kind of technical skills that these jobs require. So we want to make sure we fill those gaps in skill building and education as well.
Thank you, Dr. Sam.
Thanks, Dr. Sam. Fiona, would you like to add anything?
I don't think I can add words to Dr. Sam. She's far too eloquent. So, all I would like to say is that everyone in the room should click through to the QR code and sign up. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions from the audience? Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And stay tuned and do sign up, please. We're really excited to have you all on board. Thank you.
Thank you.